Hello everyone, it's us, the electrifying voices behind TV Day's Drama Digest, your one-stop sanctuary for every pulse-pounding twist that Days of Our Lives dares to serve up on a silver platter of soap opera splendor. Grab your remotes, clutch your pearls, and settle into the comfiest corner of your couch, because tonight we're diving headfirst into the churning vortex that is the DiMera Black family tree. Specifically the branch that's about to snap clean off under the weight of intergenerational rage, pint-sized manipulation, and a tragedy so thunderous it could rattle the stained glass windows of St. Luke's. Yes, beloved drama devourers, the question scorching every group chat from Salem to Seoul is this: are we staring down the barrel of Thomas DiMera's final curtain call next week? Buckle up, because we're about to dissect, dramatize, and downright dissect again every heartbeat of this saga until the screen fades to black and the credits threaten to roll on a little boy who never asked to be the collateral damage in his father's endless war for love. Let's rewind the reel slowly, luxuriously, until the picture crystallizes. Picture the DiMera mansion at twilight, those looming Corinthian columns bathed in bruised purple shadows, the air thick with the scent of gardenias and secrets. Inside, 9-year-old Thomas DiMera, blonde curls tousled, Spider-Man pajamas still clinging to his skinny frame, stands frozen on the grand staircase, one small hand gripping the banister like it's the only solid thing left in his universe. Upstairs, muffled through the heavy oak door of Chad's bedroom, comes the sound that will detonate his fragile world, the unmistakable rustle of fabric, the low murmur of his father's voice, and then, unforgivable, the soft, unmistakable smack of lips meeting lips. Thomas's heart jackhammers against his ribcage. He knows that cadence. He's heard it in his nightmares ever since Mommy went away in a coffin. That's Daddy, with her cat. The interloper with the honey blonde hair and the laugh that sounds like wind chimes mocking a graveyard. Cut to Rachel Black, yes, that Rachel, Kristen's mini-me in pigtails and venom, lurking in the horticultural shadows of the Horton Town Square the very next afternoon. Sunlight glints off the jungle gym bars like prison bars in a gilded cage. Rachel's eyes, sharp as obsidian switchblades, lock onto Thomas the moment he slinks onto the playground, shoulders hunched, lower lip trembling. She recognizes the look instantly. It's the same one she wore the first time she caught Brady whispering sweet nothings to some random blonde who wasn't Mommy. Blood calls to blood, and DiMera Black blood runs thick with scorched earth survival tactics. Rachel sidles up, pops her bubble gum like a gunshot, and whispers, "Hey, Tommy. Wanna learn how to make the new lady disappear, forever?" What follows is nothing short of a masterclass in juvenile psychological warfare, delivered with the chilling precision of a pint-sized Machiavelli. Rachel doesn't just teach tricks, she orchestrates a syllabus of sabotage. Lesson 1. The Allergy Gambit. Tell Daddy you're suddenly deathly allergic to cat's perfume, she instructs, demonstrating with theatrical flair how to clutch your throat and roll your eyes back until only the whites show. Lesson 2. The Guilt Trip Grenade. Cry at bedtime. Say you had a nightmare that cat pushed Mommy out the window. Lesson 3. The Evidence Plant. Rachel produces a tube of Kat's signature crimson lipstick, pilfered from Kristen's vanity like a trophy, and shows Thomas how to smear it across the collar of one of Chad's dress shirts, then, accidentally, leave it on the kitchen island where Daddy will see it at breakfast. Each maneuver is punctuated by Rachel's gleeful cackle, a sound that curdles milk and makes the playground's swing sets creak in sympathy. Back at the DiMera mansion, Thomas absorbs these lessons like a sponge dunked in acid. His once bright eyes darken with purpose. The boy who used to beg Chad for piggyback rides now watches his father with the cold calculation of a sniper. Chad, oblivious in that uniquely DiMera way, floats through the house on a cloud of second-chance romance. He hums old jazz standards while pouring Kat's favorite Cabernet. He leaves little post-it notes on the bathroom mirror that say things like, "You make the darkness brighter." Every gesture is a landmine in Thomas's minefield of a heart. And Kat, sweet, unsuspecting Kat, tries. Lord, does she try. She bakes Thomas's favorite double fudge brownies. She offers to help with his math homework. She even buys him the limited edition Spider-Man action figure with the web shooters that actually work. But every kindness ricochets off the armor Rachel helped him forge. She's faking, Thomas hisses to his reflection in the hallway mirror, practicing the sneer Rachel taught him. She wants Daddy all to herself, just like all the others. The tension coils tighter than the springs in Abigail's old music box. Flash forward to the week that Salem's gossip mill has dubbed Hell Week. The autumn leaves are blood red, the wind howls like a banshee through the town square, and the camera lingers on close-ups of Thomas's tiny fists clenching and unclenching. Chad, sensing the storm brewing, tries a father-son heart-to-heart on the back patio. The gas fireplace hisses like an angry cat. Buddy, Chad begins, voice soft as cashmere, I know it's been tough since Mommy, but Kat isn't replacing her. Nobody could. Thomas's reply is a razor blade wrapped in velvet. You say that, but you kiss her like you used to kiss Mommy. I saw you. Through the door. You forgot about us the second she walked in. Chad flinches as if slapped. Kat, hovering in the doorway with a tray of hot cocoa, freezes. Steam curls from the mugs like ghosts fleeing the scene. That night, the mansion becomes a pressure cooker. Thomas storms through the corridors like a tiny tornado, slamming doors hard enough to rattle the ancestral portraits. He finds Kat in the library, her sanctuary, curled up with a dog-eared copy of Pride and Prejudice. The firelight dances across her face, gilding her cheekbones, and for one treacherous second Thomas almost wavers. She looks kind. But then he remembers Rachel's voice, sharp as a stiletto, hesitate and you lose. He marches forward, knocks the book from her hands, and screams, I hate you. You're not my mom. You'll never be my mom. Kat's eyes widen, brimming with tears that refuse to fall. Chad bursts in, face thunderous. Thomas James DeMera, apologize right now. But the boy is beyond reason. All you care about is her, he shrieks, voice cracking like ice on a winter pond. You don't care about me at all. The words hang in the air, corrosive as acid. Chad reaches for his son, but Thomas twists away, bolting for the front door. The grandfather clock in the foyer chimes 9 ominous bongs. Outside, Salem is cloaked in fog, so thick it swallows streetlights whole. Thomas's sneakers slap against the wet pavement as he sprints blindly, tears blurring his vision into watercolor streaks. Behind him, Chad's voice echoes, Thomas, come back. But the boy doesn't stop. He can't. The rage is a living thing inside his chest, clawing to get out. He rounds the corner onto Maple Drive, where the annual Halloween festival is in full chaotic swing. Jack-o'-lanterns leer from porches, children in superhero capes dart between legs, and a brass band bleats a Johnny tune that feels obscene against the tragedy about to unfold. Headlights slice through the fog like twin guillotines. A black SUV, sleek, anonymous, the kind every villain in Salem seems to drive, careens around the bend. The driver, distracted by a buzzing phone, a text from an unknown number, "Did you deliver the package?" never sees the small figure in the crosswalk. Thomas freezes, a deer caught in the glare. Time dilates. We see every detail in excruciating slow motion. The glint of the SUV's chrome bumper, the reflection of Thomas's terrified face in the windshield, the single tear trekking down his cheek like a diamond on porcelain. Chad's scream, Thomas, rips through the night, raw and primal. Then bang. The impact is deafening, a cannon shot that silences the festival. Thomas's body arcs through the air like a broken doll, limbs splayed at impossible angles. He lands on the asphalt with a sickening thud, curls matted with blood, Spider-Man pajama top ripped and fluttering like a surrender flag. Chaos erupts. Festival-goers scream. The brass band's tuba lets out a dying wheeze. Chad sprints faster than he's ever run, collapsing beside his son's crumpled form. No, 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 no. Buddy, stay with me. His hands hover over Thomas's chest, afraid to touch, afraid not to. Blood pools beneath the boy's head, dark and glossy as spilled ink. Sirens wail in the distance, growing louder, closer, but every second stretches into eternity. Kat stumbles out into the street, mascara streaking her face in charcoal rivers. She drops to her knees, clutching Thomas's limp hand. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, she sobs, but the words are swallowed by the night. Cut to the hospital. Those sterile white corridors that have borne witness to more DiMera resurrections than we can count. The waiting room is a tableau of anguish, Chad pacing like a caged panther, fists clenched so tight his knuckles bleach bone white. Kat huddled in a plastic chair, rocking back and forth, whispering prayers she doesn't believe in. Rachel, dragged there by a frantic Kristen, stands in the corner wide-eyed, gum forgotten, realizing for the first time that her games have conjured a monster she can't control. The doctor emerges, mask dangling, face grim as a gravestone. He's in surgery, she says, voice flat. Multiple fractures, internal bleeding, traumatic brain injury. It's touch and go. Chad punches the wall. Plaster rains down like funereal confetti. Flashbacks intercut the present like shards of glass. Thomas's first steps in the DiMera garden, Chad catching him as he toddled toward the koi pond. Thomas's gap-toothed grin the day Abigail taught him to blow dandelions. The night Chad read him Harry Potter by flashlight during a thunderstorm, doing all the voices. Each memory is a fresh wound. And woven through them, insidious and poisonous, are Rachel's lessons, her smirk as she hands Thomas the lipstick, her whisper, make her pay. The camera lingers on Chad's face as realization dawns. His son didn't just learn cruelty. He learned it from a child who learned it from adults too busy clawing for power to notice the collateral damage. Back in the present, the heart monitor beeps erratically. Nurses rush in and out like white-clad phantoms. Outside the window, lightning forks across the sky, illuminating Salem in stark monochrome. Chad is allowed in for 1 minute, one agonizing minute, to hold his son's hand. Thomas's fingers are cold, fragile as bird bones. I'm here, buddy, Chad chokes out. Daddy's here. You fight, you hear me? You fight like a DiMera. A single tear splashes onto Thomas's cheek, tracing a path through the blood and bruises. For a heartbeat, the boy's eyelids flutter. His lips move. Chad leans close, desperate. The whisper is barely audible, but it slices through him like a scalpel. I just wanted you to pick me. The monitor flatlines. A shrill, endless tone that could wake the dead or confirm they're gone. Nurses swarm. Paddles charge. Clear. The jolt lifts Thomas's small body off the bed. Once. Twice. On the third, the line jumps, then steadies into a rhythm. The doctor exhales. We've got him back. For now. Chad collapses against the wall, sobbing in great, heaving gasps that shake his entire frame. Kat wraps her arms around him from behind, but he shrugs her off, gently, but unmistakably. The chasm between them has become a canyon. Word ripples through Salem like wildfire. Brady and Kristen clash in the hospital chapel, trading accusations sharp enough to draw blood. Your daughter turned my grandson into a weapon. Brady roars. Kristen's reply is ice. Your precious Chloe started this cycle. Don't you dare pin it on a child. Sarah Horton rushes in, still in scrubs from her own shift, tears streaking her face as she embraces Chad. Even EJ slithers in, crocodile tears glistening, offering hollow promises of DiMera resources. But the real gut punch comes hours later, when a tear-streaked press release hits the DOL fandom like a meteor. Carrie Christopher, the cherubic talent who brought Thomas DiMera to life for the past 3 years, is exiting the canvas. Sources whisper of creative differences and a desire to pursue other opportunities, but the timing is too cruel to be coincidence. Social media erupts, #SaveThomas trends worldwide, Fan cams set to gut-wrenching ballads rack up millions of views, and a Change.org petition begging NBC to reverse course garners 200,000 signatures in a single night. Yet in the writer's room, the die is cast. Insiders leak that Thomas's fate hangs on a razor's edge. Coma? Amnesia? A miracle recovery that forces Chad to confront the rot at the core of his parenting? Or, whisper it, the ultimate soap sacrifice, a child's death to atone for the sins of the father. The preview for next week is a masterclass in torment, Chad cradling Thomas's lifeless hand as machines beep their dirge. Kat's voiceover broken. I never meant to come between them. Rachel's horrified face reflected in a hospital window. And then, the money shot, Chad looking straight into camera, eyes hollow, whispering, "What have I done?" Fade to black. The NBC peacock screeches like a banshee. But let's not bury our boy just yet. This is Days of Our Lives, where death is a revolving door and resurrections are as common as bad coffee at the Brady pub. Could Thomas flatline only to be zapped back by some experimental Demerara serum? Might he wake up with no memory of the accident, forcing Chad to rebuild their bond from scratch? Or, darkest timeline, does the showrunner dare to let the child die, shattering Chad beyond repair and sending him spiraling into a revenge arc against who? Fate? Himself? The very concept of love? The possibilities are as endless as Salem's supply of secret twins. One thing is certain, the ripples from this crash will tsunami through every corner of the canvas. Abigail's ghost, because let's be real, she's probably lurking in some European clinic with amnesia, will feel the seismic shift and come clawing back to Salem. Kristen will weaponize Rachel's guilt trip into a custody war that makes the baby Bonnie saga look like a play date. And Chad? Sweet, broken Chad will have to choose, cling to Kat and risk becoming the monster his son accused him of being, or let her go and honor the little boy who just wanted to be first in his father's heart. As the credits loom and the DOL logo pulses like a dying star, we're left with one haunting image, Thomas's Spider-Man pajama top, blood-soaked and discarded in a hospital biohazard bin, the web shooter still clutched in his tiny, bandaged hand. Is this the end of Thomas Demerara? Or merely the cocoon before an even more tormented butterfly emerges? Tune in next week, Sale Maniacs. Bring tissues. Bring whiskey. Bring every ounce of hope you can muster. Because in this town, even the smallest hearts can break the loudest. Will Thomas pull through? Will Chad ever forgive himself? And what fresh hell will Rachel unleash next? The comment section is your confessional. Spill it all. Until next time, keep your enemies close, your remotes closer, and never, ever underestimate the destructive power of a child scorned. Good night, Salem. Sweet dreams, if you dare. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.